It's almost time. The day is almost upon us where 24 New Japan Pro Wrestling wrestlers will fight, will claw, will scratch, will do everything they possibly can. They'll take their favorite family member and throw them to the side. Maybe they won't do that because it is just pro wrestling at the end of the day. And even though these wrestlers absolutely love it with every fiber of their being, their blood, their sweat, their tears, their broken bones, their torn muscles, everything that they do just for the sport of professional wrestling, maybe they won't exactly cast their favorite family member to the side, but they'll say, just hold on. Leave your birthday celebration to the side. I gotta win this tournament. But who will be the one to win this tournament? Who will be the last person standing to take on Kazuchika Okada on April 8th at Sakura Genesis? Well, we gotta talk about it, so why don't we do that? I'm John Renton with my New Japan Pro Wrestling New Japan Cup 2023 tournament predictions. Let me know your predictions in the comments, please. I'm going to talk about the schedule first, and then I'll get into the tournament field. I got to be honest, some of the matches actually are pretty exciting. And I also want to offer a couple quick notes that quite a few of these videos may end up being Human Centipede together. I may do a 2-show or even 3-show review because I'm going to be pretty busy this month with work and with a whole bunch of other projects. So, March 5th, which is coming up really, really soon, 5 undercard matches and 2 tournament matches. Naito and ELP, Sonata and Taichi. And also because it's 24 New Japan Cup entrants, there are certain people that get buys. Now, I wouldn't have minded if they had done a 32-man tournament. In fact, I'm a little bit surprised they didn't go that route. But nevertheless, I guess a less is more approach works here. So, March 6th, the anniversary show, there are 2 tag matches, Junior Heavyweight Anniversary Celebration, and also Okada and Tanahashi against Goto and Yoshihashi. And then there's Shota and Yujiro, David Finlay, the recently healed David Finlay after what he did to Jay White, beating up a heel on his way out and then cutting a really weird promo in San Jose, taking on Tomohiro Ishii. And then March 8th, 5 more undercard matches, random tag matches, multi-man matches, Yano and Mark Davis, Narita and Evil. And then March 10th, 5 undercard matches. That's going to be next Friday. Yoshihashi, as of this recording, that is, Yoshihashi versus Kyle Fletcher, and Shingo versus Aaron Hanare. And then we get Saturday and Sunday second round matches. And then Monday, we get, Monday 13th. And then the 15th is the next show. And then the 17th on a Friday. Saturday, Sunday, the 18th and 19th, and then the finals are on the 21st. So I'm going to say right now, due to a tremendous amount of work that I'm going to have this weekend, and also the simple fact that I'm going to be working a back-to-back Saturday into Sunday, there is a chance that the March 5th show, the opening night, might actually be put with the anniversary show. If I can find time to watch that and get it reviewed on its own, I will. But don't be surprised if a bunch of these end up getting doubled up because my time will be limited. Now, that being said, let's get to the tournament field now. So, we have Sonata taking on Taichi. And then the winner of that takes on Kenta, who gets a bye. And I've got Taichi beating Sonata. Now, Sonata beating Taichi would be pretty cool, but I think they're bound and determined to give Taichi a little bit of a run here. And 1 win in the New Japan Cup might not be that bad. Sonata seems like he's just coasting now, which he tends to do quite often, but it seems like they've almost cooled off on giving him any big wins. I mean, except on these undercard tags that really don't end up meaning anything at the end of the day. And Sonata's talented, but you know what? Go with Taichi. Why not? Because it could lead to Taichi and Kenta having a pretty good who can out-heal the other, even though Taichi's kind of de facto face by now. And then we have Naito taking on ELP. Chase Owens gets a bye for some ungodly reason. I'm not even putting, personal feelings into this. I just don't understand why Chase Owens gets a bye, but nevertheless, I have ELP beating Naito for this reason, because I think ELP is going to go deep into this tournament. And also, Naito doesn't necessarily need a New Japan Cup shot. He doesn't need to win it to take on Okada. He could just say, I'm Naito, I want a shot. Okay. So I have ELP beating Naito. And then he's going to take on Chase. And then Narita taking on Evil. I have no desire to see Evil win anything in this tournament, so I'm going to go Narita. Now, it could end up being Evil, but that's going to still not affect my next pick. It's Narita versus Cobb. And then let's go to Yano versus Mark Davis. I have Yano losing, actually. I don't think Yano's going to go very deep in this, and I don't think he needs to. I think the bloom's kind of off the rose there. And quite frankly, it's going to lead to something pretty interesting with Mark Davis taking on the man that gets to buy Will Ospreay. And then Yoshihashi taking on Kyle Fletcher. Now, I have Yoshihashi winning here because Goto gets a bye. And depending on what happens in that anniversary show, which I'm just going to tell you, I think that Goto and Yoshihashi are going to lose the tag titles unless they do something crazy and somebody beats up Yoshihashi, or something weird happen, or not somebody beats up Yoshihashi, somebody beats up Tanahashi. I would love for people to beat up Yoshihashi. I mean, maybe they'll beat some personality into him, but I digress. Unless somebody beats up Tanahashi, I really don't see any scenario where Okada and Tanahashi don't end up winning the tag titles, which is going to be weird because Okada is the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, but it does give Tanahashi a belt. But I have Yoshihashi and Goto taking on each other, and then Shingo and Aaron Hanare. Now, I would love to see Aaron Hanare get the victory here, and if he does, I'm not going to complain one goddamn bit. It'll blow up some of this tournament, or some of the tournament predictions here, but that's fine. I'd love to see Hanare win. I fear he's not going to. I think Shingo's going to win. I think Shingo's going to go pretty deep in this tournament. But if Hanare ends up being the person to go pretty deep in this tournament instead of Shingo, I'm all for that. I just don't see them going with Hanare, unfortunately. Tama Tonga gets a bye, and he will take on Shingo. And then David Finlay, the recent heel David Finlay, taking on Tomohiro Ishii. And David Finlay will end up being Ishii. I think they're going to try to heat up Finlay here, and they got to do something with him after he laid out Jay White. And Jay White's probably going to end up going to WWE because why would he be unable to compete in New Japan again if he was going to AEW? Unless they just want to throw everybody off and then bring him back a number of months later. So, Finlay will take on the Great Okan, who gets a bye. And then finally, we have Shota Umino and Yujiro Takahashi vying to get a shot to take on Zack Sabre Jr., who gets a bye. Shota needs to win, because I think Shota and Zack Sabre Jr. is going to be a match they build to for Sakura Genesis. So we have Taichi and Kenta. I have Kenta beating Taichi. Not going to complain if it's the other way around, but I think Kenta is going to get the victory here and get at least one win, since he already got the bye. ELP and Chase. Bullet Club members explode. I have ELP winning. Why? Why not? Yep. Chase doesn't need to advance in the tournament, because Chase isn't really all that good. ELP is more interesting. I wouldn't have said that a few years ago, even though ELP is quite a good wrestler, but I was annoyed with his antics. But he ended up being one of my favorite wrestlers last year, for what that's worth. Not much of anything, since I'm just one fan. I'm just a one-fan band. But ELP is going to beat Chase. Narita taking on Jeff Cobb, who got the bye. Jeff Cobb's going to beat Narita, because why not? And then Will Ospreay will take on Mark Davis. Will Ospreay will get the victory. I'm going to tell you right now, Will Ospreay will not win the New Japan Cup tournament, even though I would not mind him winning, because he could take on Okada. Kind of already did. They did the thing like a couple years ago. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Will Ospreay win the New Japan Cup tournament? Didn't he? Because I know Zack Sabre Jr. won last year. Will Ospreay is coming up, trying to heat back up after losing the IWGP United States Championship to Kenny Omega in the Dome. But I have Ospreay beating Mark Davis and then going on to take on Jeff Cobb. Goto and Yoshihashi. Let's have Goto win, because we need somebody with more personality, and Goto has more personality than Yoshihashi, somehow. Shingo taking on Tama Tonga. Now, I have Shingo winning, but again, if Tama Tonga were to win, I would not complain one goddamn bit. But then you could have Shingo and Tama Tonga take on each other for the Never Openweight Championship, and you have Tama get his win back and defend his championship. And Shingo still would look strong in defeat. And then Finlay versus Okan, and I have David Finlay winning. Yeah, you're going to be a bit surprised by how far I have David Finlay going in this whole thing. Because if they want to heat up a new hot heel and do something, New Japan Cup Tournament's perfect for it. And it would be a skyrocket, but it would be something a little unexpected, I guess. Shota Umino taking on Zack Sabre Jr. I have Shota winning, and then Shota is going to get his shot at either on the finals, or against Zack Sabre Jr. for the TV championship at Sakura Genesis. And then Kenta versus we have Kenta versus ELP. I have ELP winning. Because I have ELP going far in this thing. And nothing as Kenta. I love Kenta's theme, and Kenta can still go. But I think going with a little more youth might not hurt, even though El Phantasmo's been around for a while. So I'll go ELP. I'll have Jeff Cobb beat Will Ospreay. I actually think they'll probably go the other way. I mean, I would like to see Jeff Cobb win the whole goddamn thing. I don't see it happening. They could have Ospreay beat Cobb. Cobb-spray, as it were. Gross. And then he could take on ELP, and that would be a fun, flippy match that could feature, who could out-heel the other, because El Phantasmo is still technically a heel, and Will Ospreay is just unlikable, and he prefers it that way. But I'll go with Cobb winning, because they need a powerhouse. Goto and Shingo. Shingo will win, and we'll go on to the semifinals. And then Finlay versus Shota Umino. Finlay will win. Again, told you I had Finlay going far. El Phantasmo taking on Jeff Cobb. I have El Phantasmo winning, whether it's Cobb or it's Ospreay, whatever. El Phantasmo's getting to the finals, and it will be cool to see. Shingo versus David Finlay. David Finlay will beat Shingo, and then David Finlay will beat El Phantasmo. I have El Phantasmo losing in the finals to David Finlay, and then David Finlay will take on Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Take a look at that field and tell me anybody that they could heat up that would be believable to take on Okada. I'll wait. Anybody that he hasn't already faced. Heating up David Finlay, having him lose to Okada, that's fine. He doesn't need to win. God forbid if they give him the title. That would be ridiculous. Nothing against Finlay. It would just be way, way too soon. But giving him this tournament win, that establishes they have faith in him. And there you go. Who's your pick? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.